Good morning guys, welcome to Dumaguete Studio Apartments. I didn't film when I arrived last night just because I was so tired and we're losing daylight, so it wouldn't have been very good. Also I had to get settled, you know it is. So I'm just looking out from the third floor, here are the neighbours. Just to give you an idea, here are the rails. I'm going to start from the top down, so we're going to go from the third floor down and you guys will get a full tour. I've also got to talk to the owner, Captain Dave, or Captain David. And he's going to let me see some other rooms. So this is just how it worked out. Okay, so here's the bathroom. Because I'm on the third floor, these are more like backup rooms. Here's me, obviously. What I mean by that is the lower rooms are meant to be much more lush, much more luxurious. Obviously my amenities and the toilet. It all works fine. The water pressure is fine. And then the shower is separate. Now the advantage of the third floor is apparently it's a bit more quiet. A bit more privacy. You know, you got the floor to yourself, and there's the shower. Obviously, for those who don't know, electric showers and electric heated water is very common in Philippines. So that way, you just turn on the heat to what you want and adjust the water pressure as you like. You know, whatever. So this is a serviced apartment. I chose this because I'm going to stay here long term. I'm going to use this as a base. Yeah, so I hope to do a bit more traveling from here, but otherwise I really like Dumaguete. If you've seen my other videos and the previous episodes, I explain, you know, I've got friends here and I just really like it here. So anyway, your modern amenities, you got your microwave, your kettle, even got a blender and a coffee filter, or percolator, whatever you call it. You know, your fridge. So I just arrived, I need to go do some grocery shopping. But you know, they're great stuff. Obviously when you're staying somewhere temporarily or traveling, you can make your tea and coffee and your noodle cups and all that sort of stuff. Drinking water, always important in Southeastern Asia or Philippines. Make sure you got clean drinking water. You got the vent fan obviously for the toilet. As you can see, it's like a loft. See my neighbours, there's some other people staying down there. Actually, I think this room's free. I think, yeah. Again guys, I just arrived last night. Here's my room number 11, up on the third floor. Okay, so see those curtains? That's actually a window. I can open that up and you can see the kitchen. You know, I can open that up at night if I want to get some air in or day or whatever. And here's the bedding. Big TV. Here's all my stuff guys. You know, it comes with obviously towels. That's it, this is all my other junk and my luggage. And my computer obviously. I turned off my computer because it was getting really hot. I mean, it's about 35 degrees Celsius at the moment, so my computer was just getting really, really hot. I got the aircon. Now, each room or area has its own router or repeater, whatever you like to call them. That way, you've always got a strong signal and reliable internet. I tested it this morning. I wanted to show you guys, but like I said, I had to turn off my computer. It was getting too hot. And I had to use it in front of the aircon to cool it down. It's the same in Australia too. Sometimes it gets so hot in Australia, I have to have a fan next to my computer, or you know, just to cool it down. Anyway, the internet speed was, for those who are into that sort of stuff, was about 5 or 6 megabits a second, which is pretty fast for the Philippines. And interestingly, the upload speed was 1 megabit again, so that's pretty decent. Usually in Philippines, it's around 3 megabits a second. So we'll go around and I'll see if I can test some more areas too, because apparently it gets up to 10 megabits in this residence. Alrighty. Okay guys, so I'm not moving around too much. I'm gonna go down the stairs and I'll show you the bottom floors. And for those who don't know, in Philippines they call it a dirty kitchen. The reason why it's sort of like, you know, when you're cooking it gets very greasy and smoky. They cook outside, so it's like an outside kitchen. That way it doesn't smoke up the house or stink up the house. So here, obviously, you got the gas tank and the gas stove. Okay, we're on the ground floor now at the front gate. As you can see, they got tall, thick walls and the barbed wire. Here's a beautiful entrance area. Got a nice big garden. Here's the limousine. They actually call it that. So I thought Dave was joking. He said the limousine will pick you up. I didn't know if he meant a stretch limo or what, but it's this. This is their trike. I think they call them a pedicab. So if you want, ask for a pedicab taxi or a trike. You know, when you're going around town, they're often very cheap. And you can even negotiate the price depending on where you want to go. Usually standard fares, I think, very cheap, like I don't know, 10 pesos, 20 pesos, something like that. It's about 10 minutes into town, so when we're cruising around last night, obviously they're their cars. And here's the pool area, absolutely beautiful. The water was so warm last night. You know, I just came in, we just chilled out and sat by the pool. It's very nice. I don't know if you noticed, it is quite nice and quiet for Philippines here. Very peaceful. You know, if I was in town, it'd be much more noisy, much more traffic. Lots of people coming up, trying to sell me things, whatever. Not in Dumaguete. Dumaguete is really nice, but I'm just saying in general. So obviously they're the ground and second floors. Good morning. This is one of their drivers and assistants. Oh, sorry. I'll turn around just to show you, you know, there's all the patio and the tables and whatever. You're allowed to have guests over, they're not strict on that. They've just said as long as, you know, you're not breaking anything, you can have your friends over. So I might invite my local friends, we'll go for a swim in the pool. Hey guys. You know, so pretty good facilities. Again, remember this is an apartment, this is not meant to be a 5-star hotel. Your fridge and your barbecue burners or your gas burners. Every area too, I'll show you, has a Pinoy barbecue, a little charcoal barbecue, which is nice. I love barbecue. Here you go. So you got the gas burner. This is very common in Australia, we tend to use gas barbecues. But I do very much like these little grills. They are cool. So you can have your Pinoy barbecue or Filipino barbecue. Let's keep cruising. Oh, I'm in people's back areas. There you go. We call this a Weber in Australia, a Weber barbecue or a pot top. They're pretty common. All right. Okay, so I'll stop here, guys, and I'll go to the office area. Okay, just downstairs, and I don't know what you call it, like the office area, open area. You get your amenities, you get your fax machine and phone. It's so hot. And here's Ate Marisa. So this is Dave's wife. Guapa. So what was it? Your 21st birthday? You're 21 now? Or 22?
Which one?
You. No?
Let's 20. Oh my god.
So where's Dave? Where's the captain?
Inside the room.
Oh, he's sleeping or?
No.
Okay.
He's doing his computer thing.
Yeah, we got to talk some business, sort out the deposit and all that sort of stuff, but yeah. But I'm just doing a quick review. Oh, there's the captain.
Uh-oh. My
Is
God.
that Princess?
She's okay. She
just needs to smell me.
Yeah.
No.
She just wants a Billy rub.
Yeah. No, she just needs to smell me. You know, the dog needs to get my scent,
Yes.
and then she'll get familiar. Yeah. So. But here's the captain. Good morning. So I got him in his bathrobe. So we'll have a chat later. But I'm just showing the viewers the place. Yeah, it looks good. And we got organised to see the other rooms at some point.
Yeah,
So
we got one moving out.
sorry, I'll come a little closer.
They're all full right now.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We'll just introduce you. So this is the captain, Captain David or Dave, and yeah, Mabuhay, welcome. Sorry, he's just woke up, so I'll leave you alone and we'll talk. Okay, guys, one of the tenants was really nice. He's a very nice American gentleman, and he said I could film his room just so I could give you guys a look because I'm upstairs. Okay, so I got to be quick. He's really cool. As you can see, got a nice big flat screen TV. Because we're downstairs, you know, I'm upstairs and the roof heat rises. So it is a bit warm. I mean, we've got aircon and the fan, but here you can just put the fan on. It runs a lot cooler. I can feel it, you know, I'm not sweating like crazy like I am upstairs. You got the modern amenities, you got the microwave, the fridge, drinking water. That's a huge advantage, guys, because, you know, you need to have clean drinking water in Philippines. And, you know, all your pots and pans and all that. The bathroom is fantastic. Where is the light? Nice, beautiful tiled bathroom, nice and clean. Okay, you guys have seen my one upstairs. And turn off the light. Don't want to waste electricity. Okay, and then you've got your little washing area back here as well, which is really cool. and of course your sink. So yeah, it's pretty nice. You know, I mean, when you're traveling, it's a lot nicer than a cheap pension house or a cheap hotel. You know, they call it cheap motels pension houses here. But yeah, it's pretty good, guys. And thank you to my American friend who showed me the room. He's a really cool guy. And the hotel grounds. And as I mentioned in other videos, but just to make sure it's covered in this one, just next door here you have a bakery. You get fresh bread, you know, very affordable, like 35 pesos for a loaf of bread. Very cheap, you know, less than $1 or about $1 in Australian. There's also a laundromat next door, and there's also just the next building over is a sari store, like a little convenience store. So you want everything, you know, eggs, coffee, toiletries, cigarettes. You know, sari store means a, you know, general store. They got everything, and you know, they're very nice people. They know the business here. So if you also want transport, I might as well cover that here. And lessons learned as well. If you wait on the side of the road, their public transport is the trikes or the pedicab. So it's going to cost you about 10 pesos at this point in time. You jump on, and if there's a group, meaning if there's other locals, you just jump on with them. You know, it's like, you know, you share the cab. Okay, so that's the price. If you want a private ride, this is 150 pesos. Okay, so for whatever reason, you're in a rush to get somewhere, you could do that. But you're better off just getting the street one with the locals. You know, it's fine, it's safe. On the way back, there's I just got an awesome tip from that American friend. He said on the way back, if it's in you know, between maybe in the morning till maybe 7 p.m. or 8 p.m, I'm not sure, but as long as it's not too late, you can find another pedicab, another trike taxi, where there's other people coming back to the same area, and you'll only pay 10 pesos as well. If you ride, that is a huge advantage, because especially if you're a confident rider or a competent rider, this is not the place to experiment. You know, traffic is very different. It can be a little bit crazy compared to the West. But if you rent for the week, you pay a deposit and you can take one of these bikes. Okay, so that's a huge advantage for transport right there. You got your own bike. If you don't want to use a motorized bike, you can also use a bicycle. Right, so I might have to use these at some point, just because I can't ride a motorized bike. And they were really cool. They said, you know, we could even take it and train. That's what the Americans have been doing. He's just been taking it early in the morning and just going back and forth in the street when it's quiet, and just do a bit of training, to, you know, just to learn and practice. What else? This is the trash area. So you can bring your trash down there. Obviously the staff can do that for you too. And the beautiful pool. What else? Yeah, so look, yeah, I'm just showing my little review. It's been nice, I'll be honest. It has been very nice staying here, but sorry, I'm tripping over. It is a little bit out of the way. It is a little bit, so that is an advantage and disadvantage. I mean, obviously it's quieter. It's not as commercial. You don't have people trying to sell you things, you know, whatever. Not really a problem in Dumaguete in regards to that commercial sense. But if you go to Boracay, Palawan, there's all these people swarming around trying to sell you things, trying to get money from you. That's normal in popular tourist areas all around the world. But here, as you can see, it's your own little slice of paradise. You got a lot of privacy in itself because it's a great big compound. But it's a little out of the way. So I would say if you know how to ride, it's probably more suitable for you. If you don't and you still want to check the place out, remember those tips. Use the pedicabs on the street to only pay 10 pesos a trip, or a little bit cheaper. And sometimes if it's late at night, if you've been out late, it's an inconvenient time, you will have to pay for a special trip for a pedicab. The trike taxis. What else? And just be aware you got to get all your own amenities. So again, you got the sari store, you can go to the supermarket or the mall, but that will probably be, you know, one of your special trips. You'll have to go get your groceries, go get your toiletries, toilet paper, all that sort of business. I've been really busy doing activities, so I haven't really done much grocery shopping. You know, I still need to go do some more today. What else? Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I had my Australian friends over. My Australian friend and the local Filipinos over the other night just to show them. But yeah, that would be cool. So I might grab a bunch of people and have a little party.